Today we've got something a little bit different. I normally don't do gear reviews, but Noco actually sent me this nice little jump starting unit. It's a lithium-ion jump starter, and conveniently enough, on the day that it came in, my parents' car actually got a flat battery. So I'm going to actually test it on that car and also on my Hilux and show you through a few of the features. Now, it's a pretty well-made unit. It's got a solid casing, IP65, waterproof, and it's quite light. It's only 2 kilograms. Now, I used to have a truck jump starter that we used to use on a race car before, and we had to carry around that thing on a trolley. It was so heavy. Now this is 2,000 amps, so the same size of it, and you can throw it around in one hand. Very solid little unit. The unit comes in a nice high quality package with a few little bits and pieces. So you've got the basic unit, you've got a carry bag, you get a USB cable as well as an adapter to a cigarette lighter for both input and output. The unit ships flat, so you have to charge it from scratch, which is quite slow as it doesn't have a wall charger provided with it, and you need to charge it via USB, which takes over 7 hours even with a high amperage USB charger. When it's plugged into a car cigarette lighter port though, it can charge in 15 minutes to provide a jump start, or 2 hours to get to full capacity. So there's only a problem for initial setup, or if for some reason you're in a place where you have access to power but not another car to jumpstart your current car, as you'll have to wait 7 hours instead of 15 minutes. The unit itself is very simple to use. Simply unhook the hooks off the side of the unit, clip them to your battery terminals, and press the power on button on the unit. After that, your car is pretty much ready to start immediately, which is very handy. Even if you screw up and press the power button before you connect the terminals, it still works just fine. There's also reverse polarity detection that will stop you from zapping anything. And it has no spark system, so no sparks fly at all when you hook it up. It's so easy to use that I didn't even have to open the manual to work out how to use the thing. And it worked great from the first time I fired up. I did 5 consecutive jump starts and there wasn't a single sign of any sort of fade out. Then as a final test, I left it for a few days without charging it and used it to jump start my naturally aspirated 4.2 litre Land Cruiser diesel. Now, to make it even harder for it, I pulled out the working battery and put in a blown battery out of a Suzuki Jimmy, which is a really tiny car. This battery registered less than 1 volt on my multimeter, so the unit wouldn't start normally. So I used the manual override function to provide instant current. With that, it was a bit hard, but I managed to actually start the entire engine, which is amazing because it was a cold winter's day. So that shows you how much kick this thing really has. Bit toasty, but it worked. There's also a flashlight on the top of the unit and USB power on the bottom that can charge your phone. There's also a 12 volt output that can go to a cigarette lighter adapter that you can use to run cigarette lighter powered accessories. And as I mentioned before, it can charge from either USB or cigarette lighter. Now every product's going to have a few downsides, and of course this isn't exempt. There's 2 issues with this one as far as I see it. There's no wall charger provided, as mentioned previously, and the clips tend to scuff up the side of the unit where they clamp down. They sort of chew it out a little bit, which isn't going to be a problem in the long run because I can't see it wearing through and breaking, but it does scuff it up just that little bit. Apart from that though, I really liked the unit. I wouldn't hesitate to recommend it to anyone. It was great at starting a whole bunch of different cars. I strongly recommend it for anyone who's going long distance touring or caravanning or anything like that where you could run down your battery by using accessories in your cars and then potentially need a jump start in the morning, because it gives you that peace of mind. It leaves you completely covered with a safety net over this. It's light, you can take it anywhere, it's just not an issue, and I'm sure you can think of more uses for it. Now this GB70 unit fits at the upper end of their spectrum, and with the recommended retail price of $250 in the US, it might be a bit expensive for some people. But you still get the same sort of features in their lower down ones, the GB20 and the GB40 for a 400 amp jump starter and a 1000 amp jump starter. Now for most people these will probably be sufficient for their cars, and at $100 and $125 respectively, it's quite a cheap option for the peace of mind that they offer. I strongly recommend checking out this product if you're doing any sort of touring, and just go on their website and see what they've got, because it's a well-made product from what I've seen, and it worked really well and exceeded my expectations of what I'd hoped for. I hope you enjoyed this gear review. If you liked it, don't forget to like this video and check out my channel for the other videos that I do. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you next time.